The overwhelming majority of you voted that you would like to lose weight as much as possible over the festive season, over the holidays. And so in today's video, I'm going to give you strategies that you can use to try and lose some weight over the holidays. Although I'm going to preface this by saying my personal advice would be hope for weight loss, sure, but aim for maintenance, because this is a time when we have a lot of Christmas parties and functions, and then there's New Year's Eve, and there's a lot of gatherings and good food and drinking and being merry and all that. And I don't want you to feel deprived during this time. So my personal advice would be you can lose weight. It is totally possible. It is not impossible at all. You just need to maintain a calorie deficit. However, I think to really hold on very tightly to weight loss at this time, maybe you are going to be stressing yourself out a little bit. So maybe aim for maintenance. Maintenance simply means the calories you are taking in are matching your weight right now, and that's fine. You can always focus a lot more on weight loss when your routine is stable, when you don't have so many functions and snack platters and Christmas dinners and all these sort of things. But if you want to lose weight over the holidays, here's what you have to do. Get into a small calorie deficit daily, or create a calorie deficit during the week, over the course of a week. So if you are at home, you're on holiday, you're on leave, you're at home, maybe you have more time to exercise. So be very consistent with your exercise. Maybe you're able to go for daily walks. If it's too cold outside, maybe you can get to the gym. Maybe you can put your music on in your house and dance around for an hour every day. Maybe you can just do something like that to keep the calorie burn throughout the day. And don't forget the power of just moving throughout the day, which keeps your NEAT, your non-exercise activity thermogenesis, which you've heard of before, just keeps that higher. So build a calorie deficit through your movement as much as possible. If you are working throughout the holidays and you're busy, use that to your advantage. Be busy enough, or if you are already so busy that you don't have time to think about food. If you're stuck in an office, that's actually perfect. You can bring pre-packed food to work, then you're not wasting money ordering out, you're not wasting money on takeouts, and you know what's in that food. You know your calorie count in that food. Hopefully you know it. You've prepared it. And so you stick to the allotted food that you've made for your day, and there you've created your calorie deficit. So basically, the overarching rule always is energy balance. Energy coming in the form of food, and energy going out through all the processes that your body does and through your movement. It's really that simple, not easy to do, not easy to account for everything either. It's very hard to track, especially over the holidays. All the holiday foods, the treats, the snack platters. I mean, who wants to go out to a restaurant and try and track and weigh and measure, and, at an office party with the platters of all the crumbed and deep fried foods and dips, and who knows what. You can't always track and be perfect over the holidays, which is why I do suggest being a little bit more like aim for maintenance, see how you do. But it's possible. You can totally lose weight because you are in control of what you put into your body. You are totally in control. Even at a party, even on Christmas Day, at Christmas lunch, you don't have to pile your plate high. And I want to answer one of your questions. One of you had asked me how to deal with relatives or family members that are putting pressure on you to eat. I would say be as tactful as possible always. Be as kind as possible always. And just very sweetly, no thank you. Or very sweetly again say, I really am on a serious weight loss journey, and I would appreciate it if you supported me on this journey. You can say that. If they don't support you, if they don't understand, if they are not with you on this journey, you have to also understand that they don't understand. It's not their thing, and that's okay. A weight loss journey is not for everyone. Not everyone wants to lose weight. Not everyone has to or needs to lose weight. It's a personal choice. But if you want to lose weight, you really need to take control of how many calories you're going to consume on a daily and weekly basis. That really is the best and only way for weight loss. You can do it through something like keto, low carb, intermittent fasting. But at the end of the day, they all come down to energy balance. And so again, the strategy is always the same, no matter your age, no matter your stage, no matter whether it's holidays, no matter whether you are in a strict gym routine or out of that routine. If you are out of your gym routine, let's say you're going away on holiday, try and incorporate a lot of movement into the holiday, walking to sightseeing places, skiing, snowboarding, whatever it is you're doing, snorkeling, I don't know, hiking, whatever activities you can do, do them. And then if you don't want to track, weigh, and measure throughout the holidays, and I mean, I understand who wants to. Look, tracking and weighing and measuring would be optimal. Then you always know exactly where your calories coming in are at. But if you don't want to do that, you are going to have to try and eyeball it and try your best to portion control. That really is the only strategy you've got available. Or, like I say, you could use something like intermittent fasting, where you fast maybe for the first half of the day and enjoy and relax the second half of the day. The danger with that is that maybe you are so hungry by that time that you compensate, you binge eat a bit. If you can control that, then that is the way for you to go. Also, follow your natural hunger rhythms. If you are not hungry in the mornings and you wake up and you really couldn't be bothered with food, go with that. Use that to sort of save your calorie budget for later, for when you are out socializing. Now, I know over the holidays, a lot of us overindulge, and that's fine. It is what it is. But if you don't want to, just be very mindful as well of your alcohol, because alcohol, whilst you can lose weight and enjoy a drink or two, it drops our blood sugar, we lose electrolytes, we lose our inhibitions. Obviously, it's very high in calories as well. A little 30 ml shot of vodka. Oh, how many calories is that? I'll put it on the screen here. Can't think offhand. But the calories add up. I mean, alcohol is also empty calories, and so you just want to be very mindful. Now, I'm not saying you can never enjoy a drink. You can. Just be mindful and try and have water in between so that it doesn't all hit you at once and then you lose your inhibitions, because it's easy to drink and graze. I personally find that with alcohol, 1 or 2 is fine. If I go over that, I tend to want to come home and just raid the fridge and eat all the carbs, all the fats, all the sugars, all the salt. It's just like I just become a big munchy monster. So for me, it's not that I can never indulge, but I am very mindful that it is going to probably set me back, not the alcohol, but all the food that I eat afterwards. So you can create a deficit beforehand if you know you are going to have a few days of what's called overindulgence. You can do it that way too. The strategy is really up to you. But what I would do is go with your natural rhythm. So if you're on holiday and you are able to move and walk or get outside, sightsee, whatever it is, go with that. If you wake up and you're not hungry, go with that. Use that to your advantage. If you're at work and you're busy, use that to your advantage. So use your routine over this December period to your advantage as much as possible. And then during the celebrations, the office parties, the Christmas lunch or dinner, allow yourself maybe to relax if you want to. So create the deficit before and after and allow yourself to relax, but also be mindful in those situations to not just go crazy now and say, okay, woohoo, this is like free time, because it is easy to overeat by quite a large amount of calories and undo all the work you've done. So it's always about being mindful. It's always about being calm and centered. And when you're at like a buffet or there's just trays of food going around, it's easy to just grab, and then in 2 hours' time, you've eaten a whole day's worth of food. Just remember, there always will be more food in your future. There always will be delicious food available. I mean, we live in a world where delicious food is at the push of a button. There is an overabundance of food. And I know sometimes I also get that feeling. You go and there's a snack platter with stuff that's like, oh my God, I can't make that stuff at home. And you feel like I'll never eat it again kind of thing. But you will. You will. Just be calm, take one, have a bite here, a bite there. Try and enjoy your Christmas lunch, but you don't have to pile a big plate like that. Have a normal size. Have a normal size, portion control. Another strategy, now this comes from Bethany Frankel's book, it's the Skinny something or other, I can't think of the name, but it's a non-diet diet book. Basically, it's still a whole lot of diet rules where she says one of the things is eat nothing, taste everything. So just little bites to satisfy your cravings. But that could really work on a day like Christmas where there's a lot of variety. Everyone's bringing a dish maybe, at least that's how we do it. So you can have small amounts, have a bite of this, a bite of that. By the end of the day, you've eaten a lot. So you could also on that day skip breakfast if possible. And then you don't need to go home and eat supper. You've had like a whole day's worth of eating over the lunchtime. That's very doable as well. So there's many things like that you can think of. And again, if people do put pressure on you and they look at your plate and they say, oh, come on, have another, have some more. You can also just put it on your plate and then you don't have to finish it all. Have small bites and push it to the side. And if they really do start to force you and put pressure on you, then make it uncomfortable for them, where you just say, really, no thank you. And then you say, no, really, no thank you. I'm sticking to my guns. I really want to do this. You know, if your weight loss is important to you, you will make a way to do it. You'll find a way because it is important to you. If it's not that important to you and this is now not the time to do it, then don't do it. You know, I always say that you are so much more than your weight. Your worth and your value as a human being is not dependent on whether you gain or lose weight. So take the pressure off. But if you are committed to the weight loss journey, you absolutely can do it through the holidays. And sometimes you can do it even better because now you have the time. You're not stressed at work, and so you are calmer, you're more relaxed. You may have time to play around with the food apps and track your calories properly. It really depends on your routine, and I don't know what you'll be doing over the holidays, but it's possible in every situation because at the end of the day, you just need to be mindful of consuming less than you're expending in order to lose weight. Now, obviously, with any weight loss journey, and I think I haven't said it before, but it does need to be said, there will come a point where you can't lose any more weight because you are at your goal weight, you're light enough, your body wants to hang on to some fat reserves, and at that point you will go into maintenance, and that is a very possible thing for over the December holidays, is to just stay at maintenance even if you're not at your goal weight. So maintenance simply means you're eating enough to keep your body weight where it is. That's really what it is. And weight loss is you're eating a little bit less than you need so that your body has to tap into its fat stores in order to fuel itself and all the activities. And so you've just got to keep thinking of it like that. And I know it's simplistic, and I know we are not cars, we're not engines, and tracking what's going out is far more challenging, and you won't be able to track what goes out as easily. I mean, your watch can track activity, even though they say it overestimates. If you say, look, it's overestimated, so I've probably burnt a bit less. Even there, it's not a perfect science, but it's better than nothing. And the best way is to weigh yourself every day. But if this causes you distress, don't do it. I don't mind weighing myself every day because it's just data. It's just a number on the scale. But if you find that that's stressful, do it once a week. If you find you don't like doing that at all, that's also fine. You can use a tape measure around your waist. You can just continually check how your clothes are fitting, or you just do the mirror eyeball test and just look and see. You can see when you've lost weight. You can actually feel it. I mean, if you run your hands over your body, you can feel when you've packed on a few pounds. So you can keep monitoring yourself like that as well if you don't want to weigh yourself. And then if you find, okay, doesn't feel like I'm losing weight, it doesn't look like I'm losing weight, you know then you need to adjust and readjust what you are doing. And you can do that immediately after a week. If it's not working, change your strategy. Maybe you do need to track your food. Maybe you do need to portion control more. Maybe you want to skip the snacks. Maybe you want to cut out alcohol completely. That's another strategy that could work really well. Maybe you just want to cut out all liquid calories. You could also do that. There are many ways you can approach it, but I want you to find your way, because if you just listen to what I tell you, it might not work for you. It might not be the way that you find easiest. So what I find easy may not be what you find easy, but it is totally doable and totally possible. In fact, if you like this topic, I have a video, and I'll pop it on the screen at the end here, on how I lost weight during a holiday. We went away to Cape Town and I actually lost weight. So if you enjoy this kind of video, check that video out next, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.